Hello, everybody. Um, it's Miss Lavin, your instructor for 112. This is your welcome video. I'm sorry it took so long. We've had a lot of stuff going on in the English department this week. Um, but you are taking this class. This is English 112 Spring Online Virtual Delivery. All classes started on Monday, January 6th. They end on Tuesday, the 13th. We'll actually finish up a little bit before that. That accounts for weather days. This is your syllabus. You can find that on the left-hand side of your course page. And this is my information, my division chair's information, and the department head's information. So I'm an adjunct instructor, which means I don't have an office. So you cannot come to the office to see me, although I will meet you either at the library or in the adjunct office in the CA building. If you'd like to meet with me in person, I'm on campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm available after 2. You can also make a virtual appointment with me. Those are really the best since so many of y'all are high school students, so you're in school during the day. So I'm more than happy to do a Teams meeting with you in the afternoon or early evenings. Um, but if you need a little bit later, let me know. We'll work a time out. I'll send you an invite to the Teams meeting, and then we'll have our then we'll meet and talk, and it's like being face to face, only virtual. It's like if you've never done Teams, it's similar to Zoom. So this is a 3-hour contact core class. This is the course description, the competencies. These are the materials and stuff that you'll need. You have 2 books, the Let's Talk and the Little Seagull book. Um, Actually, you don't have access to to Let's Talk, just to the Little Seagull book in 112. Um, Here's some other required materials. You should have a way to keep track of your due dates, that kind of stuff. You will access stuff through the MCCC portal. I'm sure if you've all used Blackboard before, you're already familiar with how to access your classes. The attendance policy is the most important thing if you have never been in an online class. The only way that we can take attendance is if we have um, uh, assignment. You have to have an assignment. So that's the way that we count you present. So each week there will be a virtual attendance assignment. It's a VAA is what it's called. And I've set yours up for Sunday. So every Sunday, out of all your assignments you have for the week, you'll have one on Sunday that's due, that's your VAA, and that counts for your attendance. Um, so if things are jammed up or you're studying for a test and you got behind, um, if you don't do any other assignments but that's fine. You got to do that virtual attendance, because if you miss 2 classes, I have to disenroll you. So be sure to do those VAA assignments. So they're all assignments not on due this particular week. I had everything mostly due on Sunday for you, but you will also have later on, you'll have some maybe like Wednesday or Thursday, kind of spread out some of the smaller ones. I tend to try and leave the big assignments like reading responses and papers due on Sunday. Um, but it'll vary from week to week. But you do have, make sure you do that one VAA assignment, because that's the required assignment. Reinstatement, I'm pretty agreeable to reinstatement if you're in good standing with the class and you have been making attempts to keep in contact with me and what's going on. Um, then there'll be no problem. I have no problem reinstating you. But if I haven't heard from you and you haven't been in contact, for instance, I had a student who had a scheduled surgery, a little minor surgery, was going to be out for a couple days, and during that time they knew they were going to exceed their attendances, and so I already knew it. So as soon as they hit that time, I dropped them and reinstated them automatically. Then there's no disruption with your Blackboard and stuff. If I haven't heard from you and I have to disenroll you, you'll have to contact me to be reinstated. Um, your course will be divided as follows. You have reading responses that count for 10%. You have 3 big papers: the literary analysis, the annotated bibliography, and the review. The annotated bibliography and the literature review really are 2 parts of the same paper. So it's not as bad as you think it is. I know you're thinking 3 papers. And then you'll have a small writing in the disciplines assignment that you'll need to do. Then you have some low stakes works and a final exam. All that totals 100. And then here's the explanation of the graded coursework. Here is Coastal Carolina's grading system. Assignment deadlines. I am aware that life happens. Stuff happens sometimes, and you can't make meet your goals or complete your assignments on time. As long as you're letting me know what's going on, I'm okay. I won't impose late penalties on you because I know that things happen. Here's some information about technology and Blackboard. The biggest thing to know about Blackboard is you have to submit your assignments in a Word document. All the other file types are not compatible with Blackboard and can't be graded. So especially if you are looking for feedback. I can be able to read your thing and give you a grade, but you won't know why you got the grade you've gotten because there'll be no feedback to it. So make sure that you submit everything in a Word document. Most everything is I'm going to require you to submit in MLA formatting, except for the stuff that's in APA. So let's talk a little bit about academic integrity and plagiarism. You're probably tired of hearing about this, but we just cannot stress this enough. Plagiarism, is stealing and using other people's written or oral communication without their permission. You must document and cite that information whenever you use it. If you don't do that, if you don't cite it and don't document where you got your information from, it's considered plagiarism, which is academic dishonesty. So this can get you in all kinds of trouble, from everything from, failing the course to being, expelled from Coastal. So be sure that you're not doing that. So just be mindful of that. Here's some stuff to help you with citation resources and assistance. I'm going to be giving you a whole lot more as the course progresses. The Writer Center, the biggest thing you need to know about that is you will have to go to the Writer Center for your very first essay, your literary analysis. If you failure to go to the Writer Center on this paper, on your first paper, will result in a 10-point deduction. So that means if you have a perfect paper, the highest grade you can get on that paper is a 90 if you don't go to the Writer Center. So there's 3 types of sessions. There's a face-to-face where you're in person in the Writer Center, which is located in the LRC on the 2nd floor in room 225. It's a beautiful little space, and you'll meet with your tutor one-on-one. You cannot use me as your 111 instructor, but if you have a 011 instructor, you're allowed to use them. There's also a video tutoring option that you can do, which is similar to Zoom. Again, it's on Teams. It'll be a Teams meeting. And then the third and final option is a document feedback. You don't have to be present. You don't have to meet with a tutor. You're going to upload your essay, your rough draft to the appointment, and your tutor will look at your paper and make comments and email it back to you. Okay, I realize that some of you, it may be difficult on an online class. You may not be available to come to do in person. So I highly recommend doing video sessions. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 sessions, Monday through Thursday, 5 to 7. There's 2 hours a night of video appointments. So you can do a video appointment in the evening. Again, you need to make sure you'll have to schedule these appointments. The last appointment that you can do before your paper is due is 1/31/25. And you don't need to let me know and notify me of your completed appointment. The Writer Center will let me know. However, there is an assignment where I will have you send me a screenshot of your appointment to make sure you understand how to make the appointment. Now, if you change it, you don't need to email me back. I just need that initial one and we'll count that. And be sure to, you want to make sure that you're doing these appointments as soon as possible, because they start filling up because everybody's essays are due, and a lot of instructors require the first one that their students go to the Writer Center. So you don't want to mess around. You want to go ahead and schedule that as soon as you can. Disability accommodations. If you have met with somebody from the ADA office, such as Diamond Outlaw, you will need to send me your documentation as soon as possible. You will have received a letter from them, and you need to email that letter to me so I can, and then I'll probably schedule some kind of appointment with you virtually to make sure that we're on the same page and able to fulfill your requirements. If you are falling behind, I may send you a referral for you to the student success team, to one of our wonderful coaches. So one of the questions that asked when I do that referral is, have you talked to the student or let the student know you're going to? I'm telling you right now, if I see you fall below a C average, I will automatically do a referral for you. So I'm just telling you right off the bat. So when you get that, I hope none of y'all do, but if you get a letter from the success coach, or email from them, it's actually an email where they try to contact you and schedule an appointment. Don't be surprised. Please take advantage of them, even if you are not falling behind and maybe you're struggling a little bit with some technology and or time management stuff. Then they're great place. That's a great place to go and talk to them. So I would highly recommend doing that. Title IX, you can read this section, is about sexual harassment. So we want to make sure, and that includes a lot of different things, from everything from sex stereotypes, characteristics, orientation, gender identity. So we're just not going to be making comments to each other about that kind of stuff. You probably won't really have that much issue with that because it's an online class. You're not really interacting. But please read this section. Be mindful of that. Here is the communicable disease and COVID-19 policies now. The academic calendar is subject to change if we have inclement weather and need to do makeup days. That calendar will change, and they have built in some makeup days. Here's the student expectations. The biggest thing is be proactive and not passive. If you have a question or need something, contact me immediately. Here's some things to think about if you aren't doing well in this class. So go through these little questions first before panicking or thinking about dropping. Or if you're thinking about dropping, contact me and we'll see what we need to do to get you back on course, okay? Here is a brief calendar that shows all of our major assignment dates. Okay. The other thing I wanted to go through real quick briefly was our Blackboard. So here is your Blackboard for this course. All your important information is down here on the side. Each module will open as we come to it. So right now, the only thing that you can see is you're getting started. Here is where you're going to access the textbook. If you're having trouble with this, you are going to need it throughout the semester. Please contact me if you're having trouble with the textbook. We may need to get Norton involved. So here was this week's first. Wait a minute, let's go back a second. Sorry about that, guys. So here's some of the other tabs that are on this side. So here's the contact information, again, listed. Then there's course information. So there's some stuff in here. That's another place to access your textbook. Here is, if you are wondering where to find that syllabus that I was just going over, here it is on the course syllabus tab, and you okay. Let's see, my computer wants to be ornery today. There is the attendance policy. Pell Grant verification starts about 7 days after the census date, which we are the 15th, if I believe. So here is the calendar, the course calendar. And so as I assign give you assignments and due dates. They will populate in this course calendar. So some instructors use it and some don't. I think it's helpful to use it. I am a calendar person. I think it will load eventually. So all of your stuff is listed in red. So you actually have your first initial post for your discussion board is due today, but it doesn't show up because I can only put one due date in. So the final date for your replies is Sunday the 12th, and so it's listed here. A lot of you, I've already been grading. You've seen some grades popping up already, and the reading responses here. And you have the MLA activity, which I've gotten tons of questions about, and I'm doing a separate video for. But you will start with the Get Started. Here's where you access the discussion board. You will access it and then click on the Create Thread. This is a journal entry, so you're just going to tell me about your writing experience. And then we have the MLA activity that's got everybody a little bit concerned. So I'm going to do a separate video for that. All right, I think that I'm trying to keep these videos short so you'll watch them. If you have any questions, be sure to email me. And so I will be ending this video, and y'all have a good week and look forward to the MLA activity video. All right, thanks.